still listening to my Napoleon Hill. I really like my Napoleon Hill. He has so much great knowledge. It's like, if you study that man's work, you will have plenty to work on for decades to come. It's just wow. It has to be experienced. Think and Grow Rich, ladies and gentlemen, check it out. So what I'm going to talk about today is transmutation. And he talks about this in the book. And that transmutation, first we have to define that. And transmutation is that going from one source of energy to another. One form of energy to another. Something transform, transmute. It's called transmutation then. And he's talking about one of the most powerful emotions and driving forces in the universe for us human beings. That is the emotion of sex. And people will probably think this is a weird thing, because you might think about sex like, either if you're a non-religious guy or girl, you'll probably think of that as something purely physical. That's all that happens, is physical. If you're very religious, you might say that it is connecting to God and all of this these things. And maybe none of them are completely correct. Maybe it's both. Anyway, Napoleon Hill, he thinks that if this is a very powerful driving force, and men and women alike get creative, and there's nothing that pushes action as much as the desire for sex. So if you're able to transmute that feeling, that driving force, which sex is, my timer went off here, that driving force, if you can transmute that into a driving force to work on something else, work on your goal, and get this creative and get this energy that the desire for sex brings. This sounds very weird. At first, I've reread that chapter a couple of times now, and it's a very interesting chapter in the book, and I definitely think you should check it out. And I hope this made a bit of sense, because if you know the physics, the first law of energy is that energy, it does not how's that in English? Energy does not just pop up from nowhere, and it does not just disappear. Energy simply goes from one form of energy to the other. Okay? So that's why you will be able to use this energy for transmute that into action and into a drive and being more creative in other aspects of your life. And it probably sounds a bit weird. And as I said, I had to reread the chapter. And here I'm trying to explain it to you in less than 4 minutes. So if this did not make sense to you at all, drop a comment or PM me, and maybe we can discuss the topic together and get a better understanding, because I don't completely understand it yet, and exactly how one would go forth doing this to transmute that driving force. I would also like to understand this better. So if you have any ideas, or if you understand this probably better than me, if you've studied it, feel free to talk to me. I would be more than happy to learn more about it. And if you have any questions to me regarding it, I'm going to try and answer you as best as I can. But anyway, really, you should check out the book, Think and Grow Rich by Dr. Napoleon Hill. I have a review on it on my website, which is a bit more in-depth. Not very in-depth, but it's a bit more than what I have time for right now in this video. So that's edwardsbookoftheweek.com, and you just click on books, and then you scroll down to Think and Grow Rich. That's Edward with a V, by the way. So with that, I hope you guys have an amazing day. And remember, if you take one step, no matter how small, towards your goal every single day with persistence and the belief that you can do it, there is nothing in this entire world that can stop you. So friends, I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Goodbye.